TheNightsWatch, and
it got more interesting now. It got more interesting because I put Stars down to take this 2-0, and now with NightsWatch taking the first one, this just means now, Scout, that if NightsWatch take this whole season where upcoming Stars have done fantastic work to get themselves in a position to... Basically, they've taken games off some of the biggest teams in EU, and now they're going to find themselves at the bottom if they lose this game to NightsWatch. It's absolutely brutal to actually see. That could be the whole cause of it. Pixel Balance though coming through. Once again, we're going to see NightsWatch respect Qan's Ares. And we're going to actually... Yeah, Qan's Ares respected. Neef taken off the table. Giannis banned away, though, by the Stars. They don't want any more of Carino's Giannis.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. Carino did amazing throughout that entire game. Or as Adonis likes to say, fantastically.
Fantastic. Inventing words too. You may get spanned out by upcoming Stars here. You may get spanned out.
He walked up here to give me a dirty look, so I had to do it. Athena is going to be the first pick overall, and now we will see what upcoming Stars does next.
Well, that going over to NightsWatch, that'll go to Wolf of Elo Street, possibly. But they've got Zindan in the jungle, as we said already today. And with Zindan being in the jungle, he does like his jungle Athena, so we might actually see that one picked up.
Agni gets acquired here for upcoming Stars. We talk about safe mages all the time, especially with Carino on Giannis last game, but Agni, he's just as safe. His dash, it's so annoying to go against.
Right.
And then eventually he ends up building Combat Blink if he's afraid.
Were you here when his dash used to give you immunity?
No, I heard about it though.
That was good times. That was very good times.
That doesn't sound like good times.
Oh, as an Agni player it was, because you could just like half the flames out of a Kraken.
Can you play anything besides?
Yeah, I play mid lane. I'm Diamond 3, bruh.
Dude,
I'm Diamond 3.
See me in the mid lane, Braj.
Okay, I'm down.
We'll do this all day. Oh my god, the Juggernauts are on the battlefield. Sylvanas, Athena, and Bellona in one game. Woo!
The Isis pick's really interesting there from Carino, because generally against an Agni, the early game can go in Isis's favor, but Agni's pretty strong at reducing the burst damage that an Isis can get out because he can interrupt those wind gusts.
Well, the most important thing for upcoming Stars is getting Agni to have 3 bombs for the first mid-harpy fight.
If you can. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, though.
It's normally about 2. The 220 mark is when you need to hit level 5.
2's about where you'll get it, and if you don't get it, you generally just look for the safe option of just trying to pick them up, not necessarily engage. But with Sylvanas, they have the option there. Apollo picked up for Ren's, more than likely.
Oh, no. On her.
And they ban out Anher, so they don't want to deal with Moex's Anher this time around. We're picking up the Apollo. I'm not sure where we'll see Moex head to now.
He's got to be Medusa. Medusa into Athena. That's the old 1-2 wombo combo.
But there's also Cupid. I mean, Cupid.
You're forced to look at me.
Cupid against Apollo is a very good matchup, but Cupid early game, we've not seen him as much. He's pretty good in the current meta without Bluestone Pendant, though, because he has the Share the Love, which gives him mana back, which is one of those things that can help you out. I don't know if we'll see Moex do it.
Hellban.
Well, that's just a short sausage.
Yep.
Just a normal
Well, it's also
sausage.
because, well, you already got Sylvanas, and, well, I really don't want to deal with Hell as well.
Well, the reason they take out Hell there, right, is because what's probably going to happen is Game Hunt is probably going to... Game Hunt doesn't get counter pick this time. Sausage gets the counter pick for the solo lane.
That's true.
And whatever he's going to pick here, maybe Hell's going to be the one that's going to cause him an issue. So take Hell out already, then they can't counter pick with him.
Yep. So Thor has been picked up, giving the early game of upcoming Stars just a little bit more of an advantage here. So you have the Agni and then Sylvanas and Apollo. So Sylvanas going into the lane is already a win for Apollo because he's got guaranteed lane control. You mix that with the Thor, you're basically looking at mid-harpies, and as you see the Cabrakan get picked up, this could be a Bellona solo, but most likely...
It's either or. It's
it is, and I stopped mid-sentence because I was like, well, Cabrakan could go.
No, you're right. It could be jungle, could be solo. It could go either way, that one. I'm not sure where we'll see Cabrakan go, because Zindan likes his Bellona, so I'm not surprised if they don't just leave Zindan on Bellona again. He did okay with it last game. I mean, granted, he went 0-4, but he was a lot of setup initiation for the rest of the team to try and clean up, which worked out well for them.
But at the same sense, you may want to have a little bit more protections on your team because you're going to be going up against a Thor, Sylvanas, and an Agni.
Could be Cabrakan support Athena jungle Bellona solo. Just saying.
You think that's a thing?
It's a possibility. It's not something I'd advise, but it's a possibility because Cabrakan support's not the greatest.
You're just covering all the trails because you're trying to outclass me after last game.
No, that's what I do all the time. If you've never heard my casting before, I just cover all the options.
Yeah.
I say things like, Moex may be thinking like this, when he probably wasn't. Just in case he was. And then people are like, you knew what I was thinking. I didn't really. I just guessed at everything.
Yeah. If I cover all options, I'm fine.
It's a shotgun method, right?
Yeah.
One of them's going to hit.
Sobek going into the solo lane here, and that's a very good pick for upcoming Stars because just like us, they have no idea who the hell is going to be going into the solo
Potentially,
lane.
yeah. I mean, Sobek versus Kabrakan, if it's going to be that, it's just going to be a farm off for the most part. They're neither really going to have kill potential unless one of them misplays it. Thor could potentially influence that, and so could Bologna if they came over to the solo lane. But it feels a lot safer. What are we actually going to see, though?
Game Hunter bringing Bologna into the solo lane.
Okay.
Zindern will be rocking
The Kabrakan jungle.
the
So, Bologna versus Sobek in lane is generally a farm off. Sobek's wave clear isn't the strongest at level 1, level 2, level 3, but it does finally get there around level 6, 7.
Does DM cast today?
I don't know.
I think he does.
Yeah, he does.
I know. I pray to God he's not watching this game because we got a heavy hammer start here from Game Hunter, and and they're pushing up, looking to invade. So, Game Hunter, if you care about social media, for the love of God, don't get a kill.
Look at the combo, though. The combo of Kabrakan and Bologna together is just so strong at the level 1. There's not a whole lot Thor and Sobek can really do. Even if they both take Hog, they could just fight them and stand and bang with them. But the problem is Game Hunter does not have Hog because of this start.
Yep. So he's gonna, but he doesn't have to worry about it because the clear Sobek isn't like amazing, right?
It's
not okay.
It's not
but
amazing.
he's not worried about it.
No, he's not worried about it. I mean, it's not amazing. He's got Mark of the Vanguard too. I don't see Game Hunter getting a kill in this lane. But the one thing Bologna really does lack is a way to continue sticking to people. She has to keep dashing with the sword. You can see once she gets onto him, though, he keeps hitting with the heavy hammer. It can slow them down consistently. She's one of the ones that can really abuse heavy hammer as much as possible. They're really going for this invade.
They started it up. Now Sausage will be looking at it, and Cheerio, he doesn't have Mjolnir's attunement for just a bit, and he's got less than 100 health. He gets flinked back into the tower, though. Cheerio might get the first blood. Zindern's here for the peel. The double tap, not enough damage.
What is this fight?
And now they'll be trying to run away. Sausage waiting for the pluck. What's the timer?
Game Hunter and Zindern just gave this up. Are they really going to give that up now? Because that whole engagement then falls to the wayside for free. They're going to give it up and re-engage. I don't like this fight from Night's Watch now. I don't think they're going to get anything out of it. They lose. They lose their whole trade based off that.
They didn't cover the option.
So now they're going to go to lane. Stars are going to hit level 2 quicker. Through that whole thing, a minute in the game, and now we're going to see the first bit of experience hit onto the boys of Night's Watch in the solo and jungle.
They should have stayed out here, and
they should have stayed in that engagement. They should have stayed, and they should have gone for the blue. They needed to keep committing. They chose not to, though, and it's hurt them.
Now, did Game Hunter want to start off with Shield Bash at level 1?
Yeah, I mean, Shield Bash is good because it applies to slow as well when you actually do connect with it. On top of that, it also reduces auto-attack damage that you're going to take. It actually blocks shots as well.
Yep.
They didn't end up hit level 2 because I think Sobek only had charge there. He took charge prey for the flip, couldn't find the kill, and it actually doesn't work out as bad as I thought it would.
I'm surprised Game Hunter was able to live.
I expect him to abuse it a bit more. I mean, to be fair, we didn't see Cheerio have the hammer to be able to follow it up and like double tap him in tower range.
Yep.
And so Game Hunter just managed to walk away scot-free, really, after getting flips into the tower. I like the flip idea, though.
Game Hunter walks straight into the middle.
This is going to delay the game quite a lot, actually. We're going to see is both the mid lane, so both the junglers are going to be very, very far behind on hitting level 5 for the 3-minute mark. And you can see that Frosty's actually rotate for the speed to help secure that one. It's still going to delay the other guys getting level 5, though, so keep an eye on the supports in the mid lane, as they're the ones that are going to influence the mid harpies more, probably now.
Well, swinging into the duo lane side of things here, it's an Athena and Medusa taking on an Apollo and Sylvanas, and with Audacity, which is Apollo's passive, which basically just means he can attack super faster after a short period of time, mixed with Sylvanas' AoE auto attacks, it's going to be very hard for MOX to have any kind of kill potential anytime soon, and Wolf of Elo Street knows that. That's why you're seeing them play so far behind. It's really, okay, Wolf, can you just go up there and tank these minions so I don't lose any to the tower? Thanks.
It's kind of how it'll be all the time. Cheerio, though, going to abuse the fact that we saw Zindern rotate very, very late because he stayed in the way for another, solo lane for another wave, took his speed buff. So Cherry should be able to hit 5, I think, in the next wave, but the next wave is going to come at exactly the same time as these mid-harpies spawn. And as you can see, both junglers still not level 5.
Now, does Frosty was able to hit level 5. I'm not sure what the timer was on that, and Carreño will make sure to get the experience in Cheerio. He opts out of the experience from mid-harpy so he can just absorb one full wave in the mid lane.
He got away from mid lane. I think he might have got one of those creeps over the wall. Thanks to the experience range change, you can absorb it through the wall in mid lane if you're lucky enough to.
It's 80.
It's back to 80,
yeah, it's
which
back to 80.
allows you to get in that position for the most part. We did see, though, that Wolf of Elo Street chose not to rotate for those mid-harpies at all, stayed in lane to support his boy MOX. And I was going to say, I like the shots Upcoming Stars gave at MOX this game. By picking Apollo away from him, one of MOX's one he really enjoys, as well as taking Anher off the table. brings MOX down to a level where he's a great player, MOX overall, but you'd want to try and make sure he doesn't just get free farm and become uncontrollable. And I think they feel comfortable with putting him onto something like Medusa.
It's still so weird to me looking down and not seeing Bluestone Pendant, right? I mean, it was the standard for so long.
But the whole idea of the let's remove blue buff from the left-hand side is that Hunters couldn't have infinite mana. And then we gave him Bluestone and went, have infinite mana.
Yeah, oh yeah, you want to spam to clear? Go for it, bro.
Go for it. We're back to same old. But now, once again, we're going to get into the sort of auto attacks are going to be the priority for the most part, unless you build into Transcendence. But using your auto attacks, you might see Artemis back because of it. Keep an eye out for that one.
4:18 will be the buff timer here. That'll now make it around 8:30 pickup time here for the red buff. As you will see Isis, aka Carino, walk straight over into the red buff, acquire that, and then head back into the lane. But that whole wave's going to be shoved up. He's gonna lose at least a couple creeps.
The whole start of this game, Gandhi, is just going to slow the whole thing down.
Oh yeah.
The junglers being a little bit further behind. Keep an eye on Thor here. Actually, he's thinking about it because Cherry might look for a gank onto Bologna, who's just based, unfortunately. But it's going to slow it all down. Why is it going to slow it down? Well, the junglers are behind. A. B. The camps are offset on cooldowns now, which means there's not as much experience or gold on the map as they would be, which will extend this game further into a more... Basically, the early game lasts longer.
It also cuts away the option of invading because you're not sure what the timers are for the enemy team.
On either side as well. The only buff that everybody knew what it was that top right-hand blue buff. Yeah. That was it. The left-hand side of the jungle is about the same. Good gank in mid. Good circle of protection from Carino.
Yeah, better circle of protection almost, is what I'm going to say.
Good call.
He was looking for it, but was just off the mark. As now Sausage will eat a couple hammers and a shield bash there and sit back underneath the tower. And he doesn't lose any creeps to the tower, which is going to be important for him.
And the one thing that I'm going to say is that Cabrakan versus the Thor, I expect to see Cherio keep going for ganks as much as possible. Cabrakan does have Blink now. Zindan does have Blink on this Cabrakan, and he needs to try and make use of it. But where's his target really going to be? That's what I'm looking at. You're not going to go on a Soulback. It's not going to happen for you.
Yeah, you're not even going to waste time.
On an Agni, Path of Flames out of the Tremors.
Yep.
The only way you can really do that is if you can get the ultimate off and forcing Path of Flames into it.
Well, Carino now trying to wait for the peel from his team. Zindan's here. He's got the damage on the Cherio. Yeah. And now here comes the defender of the Olympus. They're looking for it. Qin might pay with his life. And now Zindan will be turning around. He's trying to run away. In comes Irons. Wrath of Terra knocks him up. The stun is good from Frosty. And now Sobek flips one. But unfortunately, it's the Athena. Bludgeon now comes out. Eagles rally forced out. Game Hunter looking for it. And I hate you.
Sorry, I just saw it coming out.
Game Hunter got a kill.
Game Hunter did get the kill onto Qin on the back. I was like, no one's going to die here, guys. They're going to go forever. Sausage into the tower, just get a good tail whip. You can see the left-hand side, MOX is fighting off with Cherry for those mid-harpies. There was a dive in mid that didn't actually come of anything in the end, but Qin was the only casualty of war.
You took all hype out of me during that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I was just like, you should just chill, because I don't see kills coming out of this. The way they were playing that fight, Carino's dead.
Maybe. No. The blink comes in as well, and now it might be able to turn on Sausage here. Spirit Ball is up. Max range just off the mark.
This is going to be one of those games. And you can see how the engagements are going now. They've got tanky lineups. We've got Wolf of Elo Street on this Athena. You've got a Bologna. You've got a Cabrakan. 3 tanky targets. Across the way, you've got a Sobek. You've got Qin on this Sylvanas. And then Thor that can teleport away if he needs to. He's more of the assassin type out of those 3 roles. And then the mid laners are very, very safe as well. Agni gets himself out of trouble. Isis, Circle of Protection,
you got probably arguably the 2 safest hunters in the game. You have Apollo who summons a chariot who can fly across the world.
And you've got a chick that can move sideways at full speed.
Yeah. So, when you reduce it to that, guys, I mean, we're looking at least another 10 minutes.
It was a good engagement from both teams, and NightsWatch came out on top. Their first blood will help him a little bit, but if you look at the goal difference, it's not that much based off
that play was huge. MOX steps up enough to just stop the backing from Irons. He knows he has no mana, and he also has low health. MOX will gladly take this trade. The only thing Irons has going for him is audacity, and now he sees Defender of the Olympus is forced out right into the middle. It's going to come crashing down, and it's going to save, for the time being, Carino, but it's not enough, as we will see a return kill here coming out for upcoming stars.
Agni Thor versus Cabrakan. If I had to choose Agni Thor versus Cabrakan Isis, I would choose Agni Thor every single day of the week.
You take the semi-global any day of the week.
I could not take that. Not just because of the escape of Agni as well. I mean, Isis has a few more issues with her. Her escape is a wind gust. Her escape is her silence.
Or beads, or actives, yeah, pretty much.
And now
Tectonic Rift.
On top of that, that was a really good play from upcoming stars because they realized on the left-hand side, Renz was in a little bit of trouble there from Morix, we were just discussing.
Yeah.
And we saw a rotation coming out from Wolf of Elo Street. And the rotation was called, meaning, hang on, Athena's not here. We can go on this. She might be able to all in, but maybe we can get a pick. Now they're going to go for gold off it.
Well, the taunt's going to be go. Oh my god, he's got 2 into stone. Cheerio gets erased. Q-In now trapped in. Down he goes. Moex with an amazing ultimate. Petrifies, say no more.
When that happens, is awful to watch, but it's so pretty at the same time. Good spirit ball from Carino. Gonna zone out Renz from getting involved. Game Hunter actually just teleported over there, thinking he's going to all in on Renz. He's very low on mana. He's got backup on Frosty, but there's no stun available yet. The bludgeon came down, and Renz falls to the wayside and Gold Fury to TheNightsWatch.
Yeah, a lot of people were probably like, why did he throw Noxious Fumes first? He was waiting on the cooldown so he could stun him out of bludgeon.
He could have 2-1, but he didn't have the 2 available.
Exactly.
He just had the Noxious Fumes. That was all he had, and that's why you could just saw Renz get exploded there.
Moex now will gladly
he'll be
walk
happy with
back into the lane and clear up this wave, head on back, and finish up them boots.
Nice big. You know, always having a smile on your face when you hit like a 3 or 4 man Petrify, you know, and it hits you like, yeah. Especially when the team cleans up off it as well.
I mean, it's the Wombo combo. You were talking about it. I'm not sure who he's gonna go for the Hunter, and I was like, oh, dude, this is easy. This is Medusa.
You caught Medusa. I agree. I wasn't sure if he would, because I've seen mainly he likes his Ul, but Ul in the current meta, people aren't so sure about it on the cost.
Ul is definitely one of the best to cast, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. And I was talking about Cupid as well, just because Cupid versus Apollo matchup was not so bad for the Cubes. Mid-Harpies, though, they did go in favor on the left-hand side to upcoming stars there, so they did get a bit of experience back. But gold and experience lead right now, we're looking at about 2k lead in terms of gold and experience, just over 1,000. So 1,000 is actually not that much for the stage of the game we're at.
Nah, it ain't bad at all. Frosty now will head on back here and we'll get a look as to what he's going to do. We could go into Bancrofts here, but nope, he's going to go straight into Spear of Magus, which has one purpose and one purpose only for the time being. Penetration on Isis. It will now hit Isis for true damage.
Yep, and that's what penetration. That's what the Spear of the Magus is so good. It's so good in Agni because of the dot. The dot effect from his passive allows him to apply that and stack it up on the spear. Gets a lot of burst off. So one path of flames through someone with 2 ticks, it's like ridiculous. It's so much better than sitting char because of.
And now across the way, you see the Divine Ruin come out of Isis. The taunt hits as well. They're on Renz. He's trying to hit it, and now Moex is like, well, that's a win.
I'm not sure why Renz beats them. He did beat them. I'm not sure why. Maybe he thought the Petrify was coming out and he had to deal with the slow that was going to follow up, which could have been a potential kill for him. He did have his ultimate too, but chose against that. Now with Q-In rotating in, that whole work's probably done. Man. No.
Well, Zindar's here as well. Moex is going to be targeted by the tower, so he's forced out of this one. And now the Defender of the Olympus will come down onto Medusa to get him out of this one. And it looked like it was a great setup, but
it was.
No one was taking the tower damage, and Moex ain't doing that.
Split targets as well. When you split targets and you've not got enough to burst one of them down, you're just wasting your time. Now it's Carino's turn to get engaged on. Has to use the beast preemptively there. Great silence and circle of protection to buy him a second with the Spirit Ball. That was really well played.
Good. Yeah.
I don't know how he survived that.
That was sick. I mean, the silence to break it up as well. I mean, that was
old school Carino right there, honestly. That was from the days of Coast, but he's not done yet. It's Cherry. Maybe
no,
he is now.
Cherry's done.
He changed his mind.
He's like, well, you know.
I was thinking about it.
I didn't think it.
I was going to go to back camps instead. I
just wanted to go up, take a look at the stars, you know. Q-In is here to save Renz, who does find himself a level down. He's also a couple hundred gold as well, and Game Hunter still abusing his lane, carrying that on from the last game there. And Sausage, he's probably not happy.
The goal lead generally is down to the Gold Fury A and the pickup of the teleport rotation that really helps him out. Now you can see that Sausage is working on teleport as well. He needs to get this one online.
He has to.
Just to stay in contention of Game Hunter rotations here. Heavy Hammer's working out very, very well for him. The Frostbound Hammer now completed after that. And
Frostbound Hammer's the best, one of the best items in the game, period.
Health, constant slow, and an attack speed slow.
Yeah,
yes,
health early on is the best stat you're looking for here. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean...
Protections are overrated.
The reason protections are technically not overrated, but like it's effective health is what you're looking at.
Total effective health.
Actually having flat health can really help you out as long as there's no percentage-based items that are being brought out into the game. That's when you get chunked.
Which traditionally don't happen very early on.
Well, we don't have that many like percentage-based items that actually do anything. Like there's Chins.
Yeah.
There's Soul Reaver.
$3,200.
There's Soul Reaver as well. I mean, they're the sort of percentage ones.
They're very expensive.
So health is always a very, very effective stat to get. But generally, when we see health items, it normally comes with protections or it comes with, and I sort of a stat that you don't really necessarily that early on.
Wrath of Terra blink in here. They're on Wolf of Elo Street. They're just going to burst him down. Circle protections there. Defender of the Olympus, he may be able to get out of this one, and he does. The tremor slows him down enough. In comes Game Hunter. He's on Sausage. He sees the crocodile denial, and he wants a new pair of boots.
He gets a pair of boots.
Down goes one.
Petrify the backside from Moex connects with 2. That leaves Q1 isolated alone. Rens, little bit late, buddy, but eat that spirit ball to the back of your head. Now you've got to run too.
Talk about Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events for upcoming stars.
That was brutal. I mean, the rotation from Game Hunter was fantastic. There's the blinking from Zindern too, forcing the beads on Rens. No mana for him to continue engage, but the stun from Frosty saves the day. It won't save the tower. Okay.
The utility coming out of Agni is so good. Game Hunter trying to get out of this one. Tectonic Rift will pin him up against the wall, but Zindern doing an amazing job tanking the tower, and they're actually able to take it as well. And now NightsWatch at 15 minutes roughly are up 6-1.
Again, to get yourself a drink, because this is going to be one of those games where we're going to be doing team fight after team fight after team fight, because these are starting to sprawl.
That's my favorite.
They're my best favorites too.
Well, they're everyone's favorites, to be fair.
The fight went backwards and forwards there between the two of them. There's a great engage from one, then it swung back on the other team, and then they stuck around a little bit too long. But NightsWatch do get what they wanted from that. The Go Fury is up, but Stars are back online again to be able to defend it. The rotations from NightsWatch is what wrecks Stars down.
For sure.
Game Hunter first, then followed up by Moex straight away. Ooh.
Jotun's Wrath is done here for Thor, and now moving forward into the mid-game here, the early stages of the mid-game, Thor does have a couple options. We have seen the Shifter Shield every once in a while, which comes out really from the Gars and sometimes Annenster, but for a while there we were seeing Magi's Blessings, but that recently got a nerf, so it was like, okay, no more Magi's.
I'd probably see him, he might go Magi's here.
You think?
Right, what happens with the Thor generally is at this stage of the game, he's looking at the enemy composition. He's like, okay, is the physicals the threat, or is it the magicals that are the threat?
Yeah.
And when you look at the physicals, well, Game Hunter, he shouldn't really be focusing on the Thor anyway. Maybe he gets hit by Moex once or twice, but the Medjais will probably save him from a Petrify, it'll save him from an Eagle's Rally, it'll save him from the stump from Zindern, it'll save him from a Spirit Ball or a Silence. Medjais isn't a bad call. He might not even go that, but I just think it's one of those.
Moex is going to look to turn this one around here, but you can just see the So Beautiful coming out of Apollo.
If it connects.
I mean, it did a quarter of Moex's health.
If it connects with no target being hit before, it's still a great, strong ability, and you can actually see it hit Moex. But Devour's goalless on both these Hunters, it's going to be difficult for them to kill each other, honestly, unless the supports make a part of it or the rest of the team.
Well, the one thing that's different between these two players, well, we'll hold that as Zindern. He's in the thick of it all. He gets knocked up as well. He's going to throw down the Tremors. He should be able to get one here. It will be on Q, in comes Apollo. This is going to be Iron. Cherio follows it up from the skies as well. He gets taunted out of Berserker Barrage. Zindern able to secure the Harpies, but he will pay with his life. Question mark? No, he won't.
2 tanky targets. That's the issue that you see in there. Look at his build at the moment. Wing Blade, health, mobility, and then on top of that, he's now reduced the amount of damage he can take with that Celestial Leech Helm, I believe that is.
Cherio trying to run away.
Still fighting, though.
He can't have it here. Petrify comes out. Rens with an amazing job. He hits the Mez as well, giving his teammates time, but he gets disarmed. Eagles Rally follows it up as well. Game Hunter still whittling away at Irons. He wants the kill. Bludgeon comes out. Bludgeon, he gets stunned out of it, though. He's trying to find it. Zindern and misses the blink, and now he will be able to secure one. Into the water goes Sausage, and now Zindern, ever so cautiously, will wait for it, and they're not going to get that kill.
Nope, they're not. We got to talk to Zindern about these blinks, because I've seen him overshoot so many this game so far. We need to have words, Sunshine.
Hey, man, they're tough.
Nice watching. Game Hunter and Zindern Hay can look to do the Golf Fury now. They've got an opportunity because they've got Frosty on the way back. There's only Sausage here, although Qin is in the wings on this left-hand side. I don't think they've noticed him yet either, and he's in the position to contest this. He might blink initiate.
Switch on over to Qin here.
He's not got ult.
Qin looking for it. He's waiting to see, and it's just going to get interrupted. Spirit Ball will connect onto Sausage. He's about to get stunned out, though. In comes Defender of Olympus, and now Sausage will charge prey out of this one. Eagles Rally follows it up. The Crocodile's in trouble, and down he goes. The wall will be good as well, but the Mjolnir's attunement says, I can go through this wall.
He goes through the wall, and now Moex is back online, heading back over. Irens as well is on his way back to this engagement. Both, we're going to actually see Game Hunter there just hovering in mid lane to see who's rotating there. I don't think either team want to do the Gold Fury now, because this is still messy. It's like 2,000 gold difference between these two teams here.
Yeah.
And the levels, looking at them, they look pretty similar.
Yeah, they do, for sure. Right Harpies will go solely to Bellona, which is definitely going to help out here, and that's going to be Game Hunter. He's now level 17. He's 4-0-2. He has a Spirit Robe, and as well as that, a Frostbound Hammer. And now he will be looking to finish up Executioner here. The taunt will hit on Cheerio as well. The Spirit Ball, it's in there, but the silence has already been used. Cheerio catches the back end of the double tap.
OX using a trade here up against Renz. He needs to watch this trade. There you go. That's what you see from most of them, is they'll back away when they lose it and use the sustain from the minion wave just to get themselves back to full health. But 4 circle protection again.
Beats forced out preemptively here, and just for a second, Zindern, if he would have held on to the stun for a little bit longer, he would have been able to CC Thor, but not the case here, as Wolf of Elo Street will now dash back and just hold this line here for Carino, who is waiting on Wind Gusts to come up, and then he'll be able to full clear this wave.
Just keeping an eye on the actives built by both teams here. Upcoming Stars have all their actives online right now. Obviously not full, but left-hand side, you can see TheNightsWatch. They've still got places to go. Game Hunter, he can look to invest in beads if he needs to, or, you know, something along those lines. A Weakening Curse would be a bad shout, actually, just to slow down the healing that Qin's putting out. But they do also have the Divine Ruin already picked up by Carino.
It's being started. You can see the teleport in on the backside. It's going to be Game Hunter. He's segregated from his team. And Cheerio going all the way deep by himself. He does have the help of Frosty. Frosty gets taunted. Beads forced out. And now it is Moex trying to chase down Cheerio. Sorry, buddy. That's a Hunter. You're not making it out of that one.
Moex doesn't miss auto attacks. That's one thing you'll see from Qin. He's in a bit of trouble here, being body blocked down by Game Hunter, allowing Zinder to get the stun on. On the backside, Wolf of Elo Street going to chase down Frosty. Keep him pinned in. Dash away, though. And here comes a Crocodile.
Yeah, he's about to jump straight out of the ground there. He's on Wolf of Elo Street. He's done more than half of his health. And now Reds, he gets disarmed. The So Beautiful has been used as well. And there's no Gold Fury.
Petrify's still up from OX there. I'm surprised they didn't potentially look for the re-engage with the ultimate being available. Just wait for him to peel around the corner and in the face they go. But TheNightsWatch are 12-4 in this now. They're extending at least the kill lead. But the gold isn't that much. The experience isn't that much for 20 minutes in.
Yep.
With that kind of lead at 12-4,
I mean, they haven't been able to take everything that we normally see. Normally we see a team fight and then people back off, but they're winning these team fights like barely, and they're still losing people, so they can't really take anything without putting themselves in jeopardy of dying more.
Agreed. This sprawl in team fights, though, as well, Scott. It's not like they're stationary. They're moving around the map, and then people are coming back because the respawns have happened again. This could keep going on and on until like the respawns get big enough that, oh, we're finally out of reinforcements. Yeah.
The one thing that TheNightsWatch have going for them is the difference between Medusa and Apollo in these team fights. Apollo he'll bring a lot, right? He'll come crashing down, but that no longer has a knock-up anymore like it used to, because we took that away because he had way too much.
Well, like he's still not got too much already, given
hey,
mobility as well as protection.
I'm not here to get into specifics.
Well, you started the specifics.
No, I was just saying what isn't there anymore.
Yeah, it's not there anymore, but the thing is Apollo's rotation still gives him the opportunity to split push all day. He can get to the fight quicker than Medusa can as well.
But with how these team fights have been going, it's really been all about the Petrify just adding to the team fight even a little bit more.
I mean, the Petrify, normally when we've been watching competitive games, it's not connected as many times as we've seen it connect to this game.
Fair.
It's hitting multiple targets time and time again, hitting 2 or 3 with the freeze. Most people do manage to dodge it, but they've got the classic Athena Medusa combo as well, which sets that one up.
Not to mention, you got a lot of beads forced out anyways. A Spirit Ball is enough to warrant beads. Same thing with anything from Zindern and an Eagles Rally. So Moex really just has to hold on and wait for the opportune time, which he's been doing, and he's going to continuously get this off. And that's what's going to be very scary, is this footsie battle when Wolf of Elo Street goes in, hits his taunt, people beads because they think it's going to be a follow-up, and then he does it again.
Blink kid from Zindern, got to get the stun Q in, but no follow-up just yet because the disengage happens.
Oh.
Zindern, we got to talk about these kills, man. Like, please. Please. I've seen him overshoot blinks and then wall himself off.
That's just banter, guys.
It is banter. He knows it too. 22 minutes in, 12-4. Is the scoreline for TheNightsWatch.
Good job.
They have been bottom of the shop, Gandhi, all season long. They won their first game last week, and if they win this one, they're no longer going to be last place in the U.
In a lot of trouble on the top side here, waiting for reinforcements. He's still ever so tanky. Cheerio missing the tectonic rift. Spirit Ball's good. Moex looking to get into the fight. He sees a Crocodile. Game Hunter with an Eagles Rally able to secure one. Spirit Ball will be off the mark, and Wolf of Elo Street's going to say, I dare you guys to push forward.
Not a good fight from Upcoming Stars then. They missed a lot of abilities in the engagement and allowed TheNightsWatch to reinitiate. They would have found Carino, which is what we saw Cheerio looking for there. Didn't manage to find it, and then just puts it down. He allows TheNightsWatch to get a Gold Fury. Potentially The zone and G from
Blink
Game Home is
boys?
good, though.
Nah. Reds is... Oh, the follow-up there.
No,
it's enough, but Moex, he's not gonna cover over that path of flames.
But go here he goes, and that's just gonna extend the lead a little bit more. It's still only 5K though. It's not that much for 23 minutes.
Not at all.
It's 4K,
especially for 13 to 4.
Yeah, for 13 to 4, you'd expect them to be.
There's not a single. There's only one tier 1 tower down. And that's mid. When the hell does that happen? When is mid the first tower to go? Or like solo.
It's generally solo.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you've got Bologna versus Sobek, they're not exactly tower killers.
Yeah, that's
either of them,
and
they're not hard pushes either. So they've been whittled down a little bit here. And the way this is going, it's going to be another one of like, let's wait for the next Gold Fury to go. With the experience in Gold being as it is, it means the mid camps have been pretty much shared so far. And there's a weakening curse, which I mentioned them.
Yeah, it's going to help out Athena here, especially just really cut down at Sylvanas here. Even though the Divine Ruin has come out from Isis, it's still just not enough. You have to have that extra item slot in your actives, and that's there.
Well, they're shutting Kieran down for the most part. Look at him, 1-6 and 1 right now is Kieran. Level 13, 2 levels down on Wolf of Elo Street.
But he's not even down 100 gold to Athena, though.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, the reason that is though, is because look at what's happened with the build there. Wolf of Elo Street hasn't finished boots, whereas we do have those Traveler shoes finished across the way. That's why the gold difference doesn't look that much between the two. The level difference, it's marginal, because generally supports will go 2 levels up, 2 levels down on each other as the game goes on.
It really depends on where their team is at as well, which is probably the most nerve-wracking part of being a support player in the SPL.
It's tough. I mean, being as a support player, there's not a whole lot you can do. If you're behind, if your team's behind, you're going to be behind too.
It's funny how the support players are always the most level-headed as well. Like, look at like every team. The support player is always like, nice guy, nothing's bad.
I don't know. I've met
the world is great.
Weekend. He's different in real life. I swear.
Incon
So
is
nice.
like, he lives in a world of like unicorns and pixie dust.
Yeah, I can imagine. I wonder if
And
he's a brony.
same with Jeff Hinla.
Yeah, Jeff's the nicer. I like it because he's Canadian.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
it's
main.
all about is the Canadian.
And those two will be facing off today in the studio, and that's what we were talking
Tight.
about. Really, they're going to be AFK versus Cloud9. Will be live at the Hi-Res Studios today for our final game, which will determine first seed in North America.
For sure. Now, the Agni is a little bit behind here, Frosty, but here it comes, Petrify.
he
He
needs to hit
misses the
that.
spray.
Moex.
It'll happen.
I mean, he
6 out of 11.
doesn't really miss auto attacks. That's what a lot of the EU guys say. They don't like facing most because he very rarely misses autos. But when it comes to abilities, he misses them a lot. I love firing shots on that Moex. I love him to bits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's a really nice guy as well.
And you know, I've only
looks like a
ever
killer, though.
met the Titan guys from Worlds and the Fnatic guys, and then I met Trig, right? Because they came over to European soil. But yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with like anyone else over there. It's crazy how
That's all you really
different
need
your
to know.
casting gets though as soon as you meet people.
Yeah, because you get to have
You
a
get
little
that
look
like
inside.
personal basis with them, right? Which is always a good thing.
I mean, some viewers then think you're being a bit BM to an extent, but you know deep down, oh, there's a blink from Zindan again.
Nothing coming out of this.
Good,
The only person who's BM is DM.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's everyone knows that.
That's true. I mean, one
And
play,
Adonis.
that Zindan blink. Well, Adonis just talks.
Yeah. Adonis is just like a bad person.
Has a master's account and things. Like, please, he plays on NA. Plays on NA now. I know what it's like. Shout out to EU. It felt like an NA gameplay with you guys yesterday.
Beads forced out here as well. Acid spray on him, and Moax still just punching away at Renz, who, well, he's really handled this aggressive Medusa very well in the lane, and all he wants is he's gonna have to like continuously handle that, but then he'll just rotate into a team fight.
Stars are stalling this out well so far, considering that they're slowly falling behind Zindan.
Woo!
Gotta catch Agni, but there's Path of Flames. It did fall speeds as well, and the reinitiation from Gamer. Look at a great knockoff from Kewin. Gonna disable that, but Frosty will still go down.
Defender of Olympus coming down on Zindern as well. They're going to have the taunt. Cherio with the beads and the hammer away. He's good. Ren's now looking for the fight. He
Moex?
only
Where's
sees
Moex?
Wolf of Elo Street. Petrify ends up hitting Kewin. They might turn their gaze onto him, and he's just going to get crushed. The tree gets chopped down yet again.
And that could be a fire giant based off the tree going down. There's only Sausage and Iren's available. Cherio can come back, but no one available for him for a few minutes. Does not have Hog 3 either. Sausage, however, does.
They're not going to do it.
They changed their mind.
They're going Gold Fury because of 10 seconds.
This was press tab, realize what everybody had. Hang on a minute, Sausage has Hog 3. This is risky. That's all that means. They were scared about the potential for a loss of Steel. This is a team that don't want to lose, not trying to win.
Well,
honestly, that's a scared thing more than anything else.
In a couple weeks, you won't have to worry about hand 3 really anymore.
Nope. You just have to worry about the Scylla Iron Monster, the Agni Rip Bombs, the Vulcan Ultimates from halfway across the map.
Yep, the Raw Searing Pains.
The Raw Searing Pains. How exciting for all our support players to have to sit there and watch
the
our
Bucket's full damage build.
I can't wait to get BM'd in rank for Why Didn't You Hog? Hey, well, friend.
Did you not see the patch?
Did you not see the patch? It does 900 damage. It's nothing.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. He was outside of the range when he threw the Spirit Ball and activated it, so it didn't do any of the damage, which slowed him down just a little bit.
It didn't matter. He's level 20 anyway. He's like, I'm just farming gold. Builds coming out from both teams. There's a little combat blink online from Frosty. I like the combat blink that he's picked up here because they're trying to commit on him all the time. That's what Zindan's trying to do. That time, though, it worked out well because Zindan was kind of very far out on the front line on his own, but he did manage to force the beats and the dash from Agni, and then the team just followed him with that and then forced the fight.
Well, as I get all situated over here next to you, buddy, Sprint 3 there, the Apollo still has level 1 beats. That's a long cooldown to pop. I mean, especially at 30 minutes.
It's a long cooldown, but then when you look at the gold differential he has to go for things like that, this extra gold that Moex has on him has been invested into the actives. So he's still kept up in terms of build, in terms of crit right now, in terms of execution, as you can see. Yeah. So now that he's actually reaching there, he's got Rage online before he's actually going to sell off his Death's Toll, get that Rage finished, and then Sprint 3. He's going to catch up, but it's hard to gambling thing as a hunter when you're a little bit behind, you know?
That's the part that's nerve-wracking. Blink comes in, Spirit Ball off the mark. Ultimate coming out from Zindern, not there. He used it, but it was off the mark.
Zindan's just trying to force beads. That's all his game plan is. Try and force beads as many times as possible and let the rest of the team clean.
Oh my god, when's the last time you saw a Witchblade?
It's been a while, but it's such a good item.
It's really... it's not a Season 1 Witchblade.
No, because that had mobility on it too, and everybody and their mother was buying it, but now it doesn't exist like that. So people forget about how strong it is. It's still cost efficient. It still does what it wants to. I'm not sure about the double effect, though, that Game Hunter is going for there, because attack speed slows only provide the top one, I believe. It doesn't stack both of them on top of each other. Yeah, normally just stacks the highest attack speed debuff. So Game Hunter's actually picked up 2 items there that will overwrite each other to an extent.
Well, the one thing that Upcoming Stars does have for them is they have multiple ways to interrupt a bludgeon from happening. I mean, they have the Tail Whip, they have Tectonic Rift, they can stun out from Frosty, you can get the stun from Qin, which you have to try to miss.
And you waste those stuns and things trying to stop a bludgeon, and then Moex will sit there and smash you in the face with a Petrify.
Oh, fair, but I mean, at the same time, Moex is probably going to be lingering on the backside of a Fire Giant fight as Bologna comes into the middle of it all.
Very true, and then you still got, on top of that, Carino coming in with those Spirit Balls. It's 15-5, 31 minutes in. It's still anyone's game, this. Even though there's a lead that looks substantial for NightsWatch, it really isn't. It feels like both teams are very, very scared of giving this order.
Oh!
Big
Eagles rally. Lacerate's going to catch him up, but it's not going to result in a kill.
What's happening to the right, though? Because now this is going to be a fight over here. There's the ultimate coming out from Qin on the tree. The Duncan is going to destroy Carino in his steps. Now Zindan's going to bravely run away. Wolf of Elo Street's trying to support, but the flip connects.
Path of Flames off the mark. Zinder now running for his life as Thor will see an Athena there, but Game Hunter has come in on the backside. He's going to be pushing around here, and now the flip backwards. Zinder, and you're not safe, buddy. Down he goes to the Tail Whip. Wolf of Elo Street will watch as his teammates die, and now Qin will join the fight.
I don't know what the play was on the right-hand side from NightsWatch here. They made the big play on the left. They sent Game Hunter all the way over for the kill with Moex. Don't find it, and then these guys take a fight or get picked in the enemy jungle. Why are you in the enemy jungle over there?
I don't know.
When your team's trying to go aggressive on the other side, you're biting off too much more than you can chew. Your lead wasn't big enough to go for something like that. It was a bit risky, and they're getting punished
Look
now.
at that 1-2 combo. Beads forced out. The chase is good, but a beautiful taunt. Bludgeon's going to hit 2 of them. They're on Irons, and now Game Hunter in the thick of it all will now live as he goes underneath the Tier 2 tower. Wolf of Elo Street, you are officially your team's MVP.
That taunt just saved the potential Fire Giant Tier 2 tower going down as well. Because that taunt has allowed Moex to stay alive. He's sustained back up. And now the ult's up from Thor. Thor's just dunked down onto Moex, trying to bring him down, but Carino's here. The Fire Giant's being done at the same time, though, Gandhi.
It was a bait, but it's not a good bait as Game Hunter's coming in. Bludgeon hits. Fire Giant has been destroyed. Game Hunter wants to keep going forward there. He's going to get knocked up. He's going to get slowed. And now Tail Whip behind him. The taunt, waiting on the cooldown here. Spirit Ball, not enough. Upcoming Stars steal away the Fire Giant and are able to make it out of there unscathed, minus losing Cheerio.
We're even again. We're even again. The golden experience is nothing because now the Fire Giant's online for them. Take a couple of towers. This gold lead will shrink. Experience isn't that much of a difference now as most of them have reached level 20 already. Let's have a little check in. Yeah, it's just supports one more time. And Cheerio, who, in fairness, he was a sacrificial lamb then. He bought his team time because, like, I'm just diving in them, guys.
He's like, hey, man, I can do this. Leroy Jenkins it.
Leroy Jenkins did.
He did. But if NightsWatch is able to grab this Gold Fury here, I mean, that's kind of the dream.
It delays the inevitable because now Stars are the ones in control with 4 members of that Fire Giant. I think Stars just need to realize they've got a chance here. Just group up, get some of these towers down. Right one's going to fall soon. Left one can be pushed down too and start focusing on some tier 2s.
I mean, Frosty is going to be dropping the real bombs on him now.
Oh, yeah.
Rada Tahuti, Bancrofts, full damage boys here. With a combat blink, the one thing that is good here for him is that it'll buy him, them having Fire Giant will buy him enough time to get this active back online. I mean, he's already at 65 seconds.
That's generally how you play around your actives anyway in the game, is that you engage and you fight when you have actives up, and when you don't, you play very, very safe and secure. Tier 1 on the left falls, Tier 1 on the right just fell as well. And now the siege is going to start happening from Stars. They're looking for a pick in the jungle if they can find it as they siege up this Tier 2.
And now Cheerio. Cheery will go ahead and acquire the red buff there with Sobek. They're looking at a Bologna, and now they might be a little bit separated from the team as they will rotate back, and now they will group up as 5 and try to bait out a little bit of the rotation coming out of the NightsWatch. And
they're wasting the Fire Giant by baiting this. They're looking to try and get them around the corner.
Well, can we see hand in gold, or gold in hand, hand in gold?
Hand in gold? Hand in gold?
I was wondering why Thor was backing. 980, I mean, he can get level 2. Wait, is that going to be at Brawlers?
It could be going for the full pen build. It could be quite possible for him to go for that.
It's definitely going to be Brawlers.
This delay from upcoming Stars, so they need to engage soon and try to make use of this, but it's going to be NightsWatch to try it, and maybe Wolf dies.
That was a beautiful mez there. And now Cheerio, he had the Tectonic Rift. He pushed Bologna out, but she is ever so tanky at this point. Wolf of Elo Street has his dash charged up, looking for the taunt. He's going to get mez though. The taunt's going to hit too. Tremors will follow up. Eagles Rally jumping into the mix of it all. Sausage now comes up onto the ground trying to wait for his team, but he's in a lot of trouble. Charge Prey backwards. The Fire Giant wasn't enough, as the collective unit of the NightsWatch will continue to push on forward.
Push on forward indeed, because now there's only 2 members left with the Fire Giant. 1 to support, 1 is Frosty. They can take this Tier 2 town, the Tier 1 town on the left-hand side. Potentially the Tier 2, because they've got 2 tanky front lines as well.
They don't have to worry about any of the globals. I mean, yeah, sure, there is Cheerio, but that's about it.
Scott, I said this after game 1. This is the game of both these teams are making mistakes that they shouldn't be making. Upcoming Stars should have realized they had Fire Giant. They had Fire Giant. They've got a pretty much full built queue in here with Sylvanas. Their sustain was fantastic. Why were they waiting for NightsWatch to initiate? Why did they not just initiate and force a fight there? Instead, they allowed Wolf of Elo Street to come in twice and look for the taunt. Rens did a great job of CCing him up with the mez, but then Zindan got one opportunity and forced an engagement that was not in Stars' favor. Why were they not the ones initiating? I don't get that.
Fire Giant will be coming up in 5 seconds, though, here, Hindu. So that will be the next point of contention, as now we will see upcoming Stars just go ahead and crush through. And, well, there's no more guessing game here. Cheerio should be heading back soon to finish up this final item. And I guess he is going for a full pen build.
Full penetration works. I mean, he's not full item either. I mean, he's kind of far behind at the moment. I think he's one of the ones really far behind.
Hey, look at this. Look at this coming out from Mr. Ogni. No Soul Reaver. No Book of Thought. Yeah, Magi's.
Magi's isn't a really bad call here, because what's he dealing with? We keep discussing the amount of CC they've got on the team, and that's where Stars are getting picked, is they get CC'd up the whole time. Yeah. They get away from one skill, but then they get hit by another one. So
wait, is Game Hunter going for chin size? Yeah.
It looks like he is. Why not?
Chin size plus Executioner, boys.
He's gonna shred through some of the tankier targets.
Living the life of having a lot of money and being 6-0-6.
Being 6-0-7, being Game Hunter. You can't get questioned.
That's true. He
I got a
hunts the game.
pentakill at Worlds. Oh, no, Worlds. I got a pentakill at Launch Tournament. That's all he can live. He can live on that for the rest of his life. And people can't question it.
I've yet to see it.
Yet to see it? Yeah. He basically hit Big Baby and smashed North Americans in the face, and Europeans just had a big grin on their face for the whole
So
time.
was it better than Allied's pentakill?
Allied got a pentakill?
Yeah, spring finals.
Oh.
I hate you.
His pentakill was all right, but it wasn't like Allied's was like cleanup crew. His team did the work as usual. Typical Allied. They AFK did the work for him. But no, Game Hunter actually did most of the work there in Big.
They trapped Frosty in here. He's going to try to throw down some stuns. The bombs hit as well. But Carino is able to secure that kill as they will now force out lurking in the waters from
Sausage.
Sausage.
Of losing. For the love of God. They're just both scared of losing. This is the problem we've got with this game, Gandhi. He's like, oh, I don't know, guys. I don't want to commit and maybe make a mistake again. Let's just play safe.
Well, they're coming for the old wraparound. The 1-2 buckle my shoe. And it's not going to result in anything. You can see the plan here. I mean, Fire Giant's up, and they are not interested in it in the slightest.
It's a strange game. And I can understand why they're both kind of scared with this game, too, and why they're taking it so serious.
Oh, my God. Cheerio's going to be able to do this.
This is 7th.
Cheerio's going to do this. He's going to take to the skies, and he's going to come crashing down, and he's going to steal it.
He's
up in the sky. He comes crashing down here. Carino's about dead. And NightsWatch have been able to get the Fire Giant, but Cheerio was able to secure 1 kill here. Kewin now running away. The peel was good. The flip from Sobek even better. And now he is going to be under the tower. He's trying to buy his teammate Kewin time. The tail whip delayed enough, but not good enough, as we will see the NightsWatch still pressure forward.
Left side, though, what's going on? What's Renz up to? Where's Renz? He's split pushing to victory, and someone's going to go back and defend. They've sent Zinder. Zinder can't really deal with an Apollo here. I'll be honest, there's not a whole lot Cabrakan can do against an Apollo. Meanwhile, the Petrify was godlike from Moix, and just in case he got hit by the flip, but the wall comes out. Oh, Sausage
Sprint Boys!
Dead!
Sprint Boys Moex choosing to not miss any shots.
Renz chose to go back there as well. I'm surprised he chose to go back against Zindan. Instead, he's going to have to recall to his teammates and defend the Phoenix, as it's going to be a 3v4. Cherry going in the sky again.
Oh, boy. He sees it. He spots Moex. He's all in. Apollo's chariot crashes down a little bit ahead of him, but he has no problem killing a snake with a hammer at all. Defender of the Olympus. He's coming down. Not on Game Hunter, though, as we will now see Irens get forced out of this engagement.
Oh, these games are craziness of these fights going on time and time again. So, I mean, stars in that one, I've got to give shout out to Cheerio, because that ultimate, when he dunked down on the Fire Giant on Carino, literally, the fire pulls just spawned from the Fire Giant, and there was 2 of them underneath him, and he hit him with the stun, followed by the wall, and it wasn't necessarily the full damage that Cheerio did, it was generally the Fire Giant that, like, bursted him down, and Carino's like, oh, guys, I guess I'm not going to get Fire Giant this time. Okay.
Guys, don't worry about me.
Shout out to Wolf of Elo Street, though. 0013 at 40-minute game. Not a bad tagline to have. He's played well. He's got the taunts off. He's forcing them to disengage from him every single time.
Yeah, poor Kewin is just... He's getting locked down.
It's a Sylvanas game.
They're just pushing straight through. And oh my God, is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do?
What, Soul Reaver? Why not? Supports last item generally do go for a Soul Reaver because the burst is useful.
Yeah.
It can come in handy in a lot of them. I mean, Athena, not so much because, I mean, the 3 can do a lot with that, but with Kewin, I mean, Kewin could get a good ultimate off and cause a lot of issues. Plus, the magical power will help out his sustain that he can give to his team as well, and the Wisps. The best one to get out is Bacchus. Bacchus and Kumbhakar are the best ones to get Soul Reaver.
Bacchus is the dream. Soul Reaver Bacchus procs they are no joke.
No, they're not, especially with Intoxicate.
Joust.
Joust, boys. That's why you see him get picked in Joust. Go Fury going to be taken by NightsWatch. They're going to try and claw back more of this gold lead here. They've still got a gold lead over them, over Upcoming Stars, but Upcoming Stars, they've still got tier 2 towers remaining. The map is even right now.
Map is completely in parity, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like we've just been casting NightsWatch Destroy, but somehow Upcoming Stars is able to make this miraculous Cinderella story.
Yeah, I think it's like NightsWatch trying to play the cards so close to the chest, so safe all the time, that it's a buying time for Upcoming Stars to catch them on a mistake and allow themselves back into it. Tier 2, going to get dropped in mid lane. Wolf of Elo Street doing what he needs to once again, force away the team.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player, man.
What's going on in right lane at the same time as this engagement of the Phoenix? We've got Cheerio split pushing for a tier 2 in response.
Well, they're on the middle Phoenix here. And now Zinder is going to get pulled by Kewin. Middle Phoenix, there's
Cheerio's
no
up.
minions,
Cheerio's
so
up.
they have all these protections. Cheerio misses the ultimate of Thor. And now here comes the peel coming out. They're all on Carino, and they have to be careful. Petrify comes out. Sausage doing a great job of turning around, and he's going to try to walk away. Bludgeon off the mark, though. 1-for-1,
Carino falls down to the wayside, as does Cherry on the back. We're shooting with Moex as he does find the kill onto Frosty. But the Phoenix does fall in favor of the Night's Watch. But they're not going to go for the Fire Giant again. They're going to play safe.
Well, the Fire Giant's down.
That's a good point. I thought the Fire Giant was up. Damn you, Kobe. This is the first time ever you've done that. How embarrassing.
I know, right? It's for me.
A Reddit thread and everything.
Yeah. Reddit. Gandhi knew more for a second than Hindu. Confirmed. Yeah.
Map packs, OP.
Yeah.
Is that how you win Xbox tournaments?
Yep. You know it.
I thought so.
Uh-huh. 44 minutes into this match, dude. 85,000 gold on the side of Upcoming Stars, 95,000 on the side of Night's Watch. And really, Upcoming Stars, it's a testament to how resilient they have really turned out to be.
We're actually in the zone now of one team fight ends game. One bad mistake from the team, one DSI, 3 members drop. This could be game ending straight away.
So you're saying they only have one shot?
To not miss the chance to throw the opportunity comes in a lifetime.
Nice.
You better not lose the game, otherwise you'll be 8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Better not lose the game or else you'll be 8.
The 8th. That's literally how this game is. The loser is 8th seed.
Yep.
And the bogey team of EU.
For sure. Fire Giant has officially spawned. Gold Fury at this point means nothing. And that was a Crusher? He went Crusher? And Brawler's Beatstick?
It takes down towers. It takes down towers and Phoenixes very, very quickly.
I think it's the second time we've ever seen this.
What we can actually see come out from Upcoming Stars is they could Cherio could go right and push the Phoenix. Irons could go left and push the Phoenix and let them have Fire Giant for free. That's what they've been doing so far, though, so if you've noticed, the tier 2 towers got chipped down by them. And if they get an opportunity, we can see a backdoor play happen.
They got the Magi's here off of Carino, which is a start. And now they're trying to pop more, but you can see that the Magi's blessing still being on Wolf of Elo Street is really going to slow this down here for the Night's Watch.
Excuse
me, Upcoming Stars.
Huh?
It's
not going to slow anything down.
Yeah.
It's not been a slow game, really. It's just a game of both the teams not wanting to fully commit and go for something. They've been scared of it, but there's Zinden going aggressive, forcing Renz away. He's going to take a lot of poke back, though. The disengage happens. And I believe we didn't see Renz use his beads then either. So that disengagement didn't really work out. Carino gets bursted. Poised the 3rd bomb, which is important.
Taunt hits. Dash is going to follow it up. Zendern looking for it. He's got him in the ultimate. Beats comes out as well. Irens comes down. And now here comes Cherio. They clean up Kabrakin.
Team work for Night's Watch. Zendern did so much there. His team were not there. Meanwhile, though, Game Hunter does finally find that Frosty kill that they were looking for in the first place. But already Zendern's dead. Game Hunter actually going to get ulted by Wolf of Elo Street. Carino and Moex chasing for QM, but the silence.
Silence OP.
No, actually, it wasn't for him. Carino's team. Not me. I like Cypher. So I was like, they all got silenced. No, they didn't.
That's going to be Fire Giant. They're going for it right now.
Can they do it, though?
They lose Frosty.
Sausage has got tier 3. Sorry, Sausage has got Hog 3. And they've also got Q in there as well. And they've got Cherio. None of them have ultimates, though. They should be able to burst this quick enough. No. But they're backing away.
They gave up completely here. Moex does have to be careful, as now looking for the taunt and not going to find it here. They miss everything to try to stop this from happening. And, well, now we'll see the Night's Watch just kind of turn off.
Stand off one more time. Zendern was really good on that engagement, honestly. The fight was good, but the problem with it, Gandhi, was that the team just didn't follow him. Blinky from Q, he went early, though, to check the Fire Giant, and now he's going to get engaged, and as Game Hunter on the backside goes on Renz. Sausage peels for Renz, though, to keep him surviving, as Game Hunter tries to keep reinitiating. As Cherry comes to the front line, he's going to get found out alone here.
Wow, Cherio, he's got Berserker Barrage, but the auto attacks of Moex are too strong. Sausage now segregated from his team. He's going to flip one, but he will pay with his life eventually. He is just very tanky. That is the Fire Giant. At 47 minutes and 45 seconds, you can only imagine that they will acquire this buff, head back by, and then begin to push down the middle Phoenix.
That was a good play from Upcoming Stars, though. Even though they fell to the wayside, you did see Sausage peel very well for Rens to keep him alive, keep Game Hunter off him. It didn't work out well for them, though, because Cherry came on the backside and got picked immediately. And now Night's Watch have the Fire Giant again. 48 minutes in the game. Are they actually going to make this, Scott? Are they going to take themselves in 7th seed after being bottom since the beginning of the SPL?
Know. I'm not sure. I mean,
they're going to make
we'll find
7th
out.
seed?
We'll find out very soon. I mean, Sausage is still down for 40 seconds. I mean,
That's
the respawn timers here are so insane.
Oh, here we go. This is
exactly.
This is what I was talking about.
Yeah,
this
they're not committing to it.
They're not committed. They want to play it safe. They're going to take every Phoenix down before they go in. At least 2, as it stands now.
They're going to take every Phoenix. They're not even looking for the fight here as well. Shield Bash came out. It's just a way to deter them just a bit, and now they will go all the way over to the tier 2, go back, buy, heal up, and then push again and look for another Fire Giant potentially by the time that happens.
I mean, Cherio and Sausage were both dead. They only had to deal with the Agni. I guess they were scared of the threat of Agni and Apollo, which makes sense. But they did have full builds online for the whole team. Fire Giant online a weak and tired because all the towers and Phoenixes were pretty much down, apart from that tier 2, which is now dropped. And now we're going to get one more stand for Upcoming Stars. The stand.
The dream.
That's going to try and keep them from slipping down to 8th position again for a second split in a row.
Well, the body block was good here from Athena. The lock-in's going to be a little bit better, but they force out the ultimates here from Cherio, and now they will look to take down, and crashing into the backline is going to be the Crocodile of the Nile, forcing all the way in, but all the way into the back. It's going to be Apollo. He pops sprint 3. The Mez is there as well. Frosty's able to pick up 1, and Ren's trying to run for his life.
So good to give himself the opportunity to use the moves to get away again. Game Hunter went so deep on the backside and got himself evaporated, but now Sausage is caught out of position 2. Gonna charge Prey away as well. The re-engage from Wolf is here. He's looking for the damage with the reach. Not gonna find it. Tail Whip comes out. Not gonna connect to the pull from Cherry. So from but Spirit Ball and Moex combine to destroy Cherry again, and the Phoenix will fall.
They're all on it now. All eyes are focused on the Phoenix, and they are now going to attempt to push up here. They have their waves pushing. The far left lane is all the way up. And now it is all about the Titan here.
Can they look to end and win this out for themselves? Will they get themselves this 7th seed?
No way. Oh my God, Frosty got a kill.
They're going to back away.
The dream's alive, boys.
The dream's alive, but for how long? Medjai's online. Spirit Ball going to connect. The pull was good. Into the ult. Zinder's going to fall down to the burning damage, I would expect. No! He'll take Sausage down with him. Frosty had left him thinking, you're dead, son. The blink away from Zindern.
And now Zindern's walking straight in.
Zindern.
Zindern's going to try to do it. And 2%, the Tremors, the dream is real. The Night's Watch come in at the lowest seed of the, well, everything, and they come out on top.
Zindern got replaced on the team. Comes in, ends the game. Gets them 7th.
Zindern, you are the American dream.